Hello. Hi, Simply Bonnie. Hi, Gigi. I am going to be talking about some stuff, and it's for all my subscribers. I'm going to show you proof of when I got my nursing license. Hi, Sandy. And I'm going to show proof of all the diagnoses that I have.
Not all of them.
It's not the ones I have. It's not all of them because I have about 4 doctors, and these are just from my one doctor. So I have more. I just went and got these ones today. But I got mine. I graduated high school in 2004. I went to nursing school that year and I graduated 2006. I worked as a nurse from 2006 to 2008. And 2008 is when I got hurt. Just to show you proof, which I don't have to do this stuff, but I'm doing it. Just to show you proof, this is my nursing license certificate of nursing education. What does that date say? It says June of 2006 is when I got my nursing license. Actually, and then I went and took the boards like in July, and I passed the test one time, and then I started working that July or August at a nursing home. And this, I was on the National Honor Society in high school. I got awarded a college honors scholarship through my whole entire college. And that is what this is. Yes, it has my mom's name on it because again, I was in high school, and so, but it does say right there, hold on if I can get it. I am pleased to announce that Rebekah has been awarded, that's the college I went to, the college honor scholarship, because I had a 4.0 through my whole entire high school and stuff like that. let's see. And here are some pictures of my graduation from nursing school. There's my nursing class. There's me getting my pen. Well, getting my pen. There I'm being pinned by my nursing person.
So you're an LPN.
I'm an LPN, licensed practical nurse. I still have my license. It's in a program that if you're disabled or can't work, I kept my license good until 2016 because I got hurt in 2008. I kept it up all the way up to 2016. I have in a program where you can put it like in storage if you're sick or you're unable to work for 5 years. These are my medical records. I'm not going to show the front of it because it has the hospital, but I'm going to read to you some of my diagnosis from my one doctor. Let me get to it. Now, I could say the allergies too if you want to know what I'm allergic to. Oh yeah, and here's all my medications. Here's my medication list. Let me fold this up. If I didn't have mental illness, if I didn't get hurt, why in the world would I be on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about like 25 different medications. Some of the meds I don't take anymore on this list, but they're on here. But this is my list of all the meds that I have taken and I'm on. Like, I don't take the Ativan anymore. I don't take that anymore. I told him I haven't been prescribed that for a long time.
Or Xanax.
Xanax I'm allergic to. I don't take Remeron anymore. But everything else I don't take like Daxilent anymore. Some of these meds I don't take anymore. But I take about 25 meds a day. Okay? Here is my diagnosis. Okay? Listen. Put on your listening ears for people who are lurking. How did I get hurt, Katie? I had a back surgery that went wrong, and the doctor cut my iliac artery and iliac vein, and I ended up dying 4 times, congestive heart failure, and stuff like that.
And they cut your stomach 27.
Yeah, they cut my stomach, and I have a
show your scars.
You want to see my scar? I'll show you. Even though I shouldn't have to show you my scar, but it's just I just have to prove that I got hurt. Here's my scar. It goes from here all the way down, like by my pubic area. Okay? And for somebody saying I don't have mental illness, I don't have no mental illness. I know what I'm doing. just listen to all my diagnostics.
Oh, wait a minute. Tell them that they cut you open while you were
yeah.
waking up and how much blood that
and
they gave you.
And the reason why I have post-traumatic stress disorder is because I was coming out of the first surgery that when the doctor cut my iliac artery and iliac vein, which was through my back, so they had to cut my stomach open, take all my intestines out, put them in a thing, and fix the bleeding. I was awake during that surgery when that part when they had to cut me. It burned like hell and it hurt so bad, but I couldn't move and I couldn't talk because I was under the general anesthesia and they were trying to put me to sleep as fast as they could because they had to do this. It was an emergency and I ended up dying 4 times. Okay? So here is some of my, but these are the medical issues that I have that is for this doctor. Now, I have a psych doctor. I could go get his notes and, okay? It says, I have anger reaction, anoxic, it's ANOXIC, you can go look it up, brain injury, complicating procedure. I have a brain injury. Before I got my nursing license, I didn't have no brain injury, didn't have no brain injury when I was working as a nurse. I got all these problems after 2008. Not in 2006 when I got my nursing license. After 2008. Can you give me a Kleenex? I need to blow my nose.
Huh?
Can you give me a Kleenex?
Oh.
Hold on, guys. I need to blow my nose. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Okay. Here, and I'll show you this. Well,
What are you showing me?
I guess I won't because it has some information. But okay, so I have a anger reaction problem because that goes with my post-traumatic stress disorder. Anoxic brain injury complicating procedure, which that meant I died and had to have 22 pints of blood, and it made me have loss of oxygen.
That's like 3 people's bodies worth
And
of blood.
I have anxiety, asthma, attentive deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. I have cardiac arrest, cardiomyopathy, which is the enlargement of your heart. I have chronic low back pain. I have chronic sinusitis. I have diabetes. I have gastroesophageal reflux disease. I have a generalized anxiety disorder. I have a herniation of my lumbar intervertebral disc with radiculopathy. I have a hiatal hernia, and that is why I have really bad acid reflux, because when the tubes are down my throat, it messed me up, and all the blood and all that. I have inflammatory pseudo-tumor of the orbit, which is my optic nerve. That's how they diagnosed me with pseudo-tumor, because they looked in my eye and my optic nerves are really huge.
Water was on your brain. That's
Yeah.
they found out.
I have intention trimmer, which my one medication made me do that, I think. I have a lumbar radiculopathy. I have migraines. I have a history of pneumonia, spinal pain, ventricular premature depolarization, which means my heart beats before it's supposed to, so I have like a arrhythmia type thing. I have CEP, because I can't say this word. It's CEPHALGIA. I have degenerative disc disease, and I have post-traumatic stress disorder. Duh! Sorry. And I have pseudotumor cerebri.
Oh, how about your ovary thing?
And I have endometriosis too. And let's see if I can. Yes, Christina. I am setting the record straight for some of the people who want to say I'm not mentally ill. And they need to get it right, because I didn't say I wasn't mentally ill. I said I don't have special needs. That's what I said. There's a difference. And people who have mental illness can drive. And there are people who have special needs that can drive. Everyone is different. Not everyone's the same. I'm sorry that they can't drive and they can't take care of themselves. I'm sorry about that. But everyone is different when they have mental illness. Everyone is different when if they're special needs. Like, there are people with special needs that can drive. That are in wheelchairs that can drive.
And she's supposed to be dead or vegetable.
I'm not supposed to be here. Doctors have no clue how I survived,
and her brain is functional, and she knows her medical to the T. That is astounding. You know, they don't understand that. They're still talking about to this day.
I don't know if I mentioned this. I have chronic pain syndrome too. And I have recurrent, which means now, major depressive disorder. I don't have mental illness, but I have major depressive disorder. I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I have anger reaction problems.
That's why you react to.
That's why I react how I react to the BS is because of I have an anger reaction problem, but it goes with my post-traumatic stress disorder. And they just know that it bothers me, and they want to sit there and like say BS. And if people want to believe those people, I feel sorry for you, because every word that comes out of their mouth, everyone believes them. But they don't know what the shit they are talking about. Excuse me.
If it wasn't for your mother.
And another thing, let me see if it says any more.
This is Rebekah when she had long hair. Isn't she cute?
I was 11 years old there. 95? No, I was 10. Sorry, I was 10. I loved my beautiful long hair. And I have asthma. Do you want to see what, you want me to read you off what I'm allergic to? Because next thing they're going to say, oh, you're not allergic to that.
That's how happy my family is. They're happy. We're happy. Even my three-legged dog Pepper's happy. She's smiling.
Let me see if I can find all my stuff that I'm allergic to, because they think that I take Xanax,
Which we don't.
which I don't, because I'm allergic to it. I'm allergic to Refferal. I go into anaphylactic shock. I'm allergic to latex powder. Hi, Auntie. I'm allergic to, where's it at? Do Loxstain. I don't know. And Vicodin. I'm trying to find out. Where's it at? Because I know there's more. Got my papers all messed up. This is making me... Hold on. I'll have to find it. I know I have it. Where's it at?
Where is it?
So I know it was on here. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Okay. I'm allergic to Accolade. No, Singulair. Sorry, Singulair. I'm allergic to Triliptal. I'm allergic to Risperidol and Xanax, and it causes me an adverse reaction. See, guys? Xanax. Oh, that's not good, Auntie. Hi, Tracy. So, yeah. So, if any of you guys have questions and you want to know the truth, come to me directly and I will tell you. I do not lie. I may not remember what I said or what I said in and things like that, because I have short-term and long-term memory issues. Like last night, this girl said I lied because I was in this person's live stream the one night, and that she was sticking up for me. I don't remember that, and I don't even remember being in there, and I don't remember seeing her trying to stick up for me. So she said basically, I'm a liar. No, I'm not. She don't know that I have brain injury and things like that. And I hope she watches this and then she'll learn something. Hi, Tyler. And it's really hot here. It's really humid. It's like 71 degrees here, and I have the window open because it's like I'm hot. How old were you when you got your brain injury? Well, I worked as a nurse from 2006 to 2008. I was 23 when all this happened to me. I and I'm 33 now. I was 23. No, I did not have a car accident. Pretty smiles. A doctor cut my iliac artery and vein, and I ended up dying. And I know I don't need to show people my medical records, but for those who are wanting to say that I don't have mental illness, then why would I be on 20-something different medications? They're not all for mental illness. They're for my heart, my blood pressure. I have high cholesterol. I have asthma. I have a lot of health problems because of what happened to me. Before my incident, my surgery thing, I was only taking asthma medicine and Neurontin. Now I take Neurontin, I take pain medicine, and all this stuff. So, for those who are listening to those people, and you know who I'm talking about, and believe every word that they say, they have no proof whatsoever. They have no proof. I have the proof. And if they say I'm still lying, then show me the proof. And you say you have stories about me, what stories do you have about me? You have none.
Well, they probably do when they were your best friend, and you told the one person in secret things, and they're broadcasting it. What kind of friend do you tell everybody what you say to your friend and broadcast it on YouTube?
Oh, I'm not
gonna comment on these people.
I'm not angry, the auntie. Don't worry, I'm not angry. I'm laughing at them.
Well, we're still waiting for their proof that they're saying Rebekah didn't have any of this. I called them out and I told them, show us the proof of everything.
Hey, Stephanie. So, I'll just show you proof. I can show you again when I got my nursing license, because they think that if I was mentally ill, I shouldn't have been a nurse. And I'll show it to you guys again for those who are coming in. I got hurt in 2008. Here is my nursing license. What does that say? June 2006.
We are still waiting for their proof to show us that they have that
I got my license.
Never got hurt and everything.
I got my license before I got hurt and was working as a nurse. If I would have not gotten hurt, I would be still working as a nurse and wouldn't have no mental issues. Hi, Beth.
But these are for Rebekah's people to show them that. And I know you all know that she's not lying or whatever, but this is for Rebekah's people again to reaffirm that Rebekah does have problems.
And when they said, oh, if you have a meltdown, you just say, get away from me. That's not a meltdown.
No.
A meltdown is what you saw me the other day.
I call it a meltdown because that was a PSTD mixed with her anxiety where what's that name?
That what you're saying is how it works in the state too. Yeah, Stephanie.
What's that thing when you react to the first thing they said you have, but you react?
Anger reaction.
Yes, anger reaction. And I call it a meltdown because I don't know what else to call it.
And it's PTSD. It goes along with PTSD.
And with Rebekah, before she couldn't control it, especially when she was on Xanax, she had it explode like the lava out of a volcano. Now she's got off that Xanax, and
that's why I can't take. That's why I can't take Xanax. It makes me mean. It makes me so mean that my mom had to call the police and an ambulance on me in 2009 or something.
Yeah, 9. And
yeah.
These people didn't even know us. Rebekah was not on YouTube, so they didn't even know any of that. Rebekah's only been on YouTube for how many years?
Last year, like 2016.
And these people didn't know nothing about
it. Hi, Christian. I miss your hi. I am doing dishes. The people who are messing with me, Beth, you should know it's the same people.
Well, they used to send the CEUs to your house, Stephanie Brown, and she used to do it that way and send them in, and now they converted it over to the computer where she just takes it online and sends it. But those are just, every 2 years when you have to renew,
Stephanie,
like a renew, you have to take these little short quizzes, about whatever they're gonna.
Stephanie says I can't
tell you that year or whatever.
Stephanie says I cannot take Xanax either. I can't remember anything. Like I could rob a bank and not know it. Yeah, Xanax is actually bad for people. It can make them super, super mean. Do you think you could ever go back to work as possible an aide or something? No. Anesthetic lust? No, because with my PTSD, I can't be around a lot of people anymore like I used to be. What the? Oh, that I used to be, because they drive me up the wall. Like just the things they do, and like I worked at the Alzheimer's unit, and if I would went back there and worked with them, with the people who have mental illness and like the Alzheimer's, yes, they can't help it. They cannot help it. But it would just drive me up the wall because I wouldn't be able to handle it. Hey, Miss Bethy, how are you feeling? Or poor Rebekah. Don't let to see her upset. Oh, I'm not upset, Susan. I just felt like I had to prove. Because, yes, I didn't have to prove anything. But maybe they would stop talking bullshit about me and shut their freaking mouths, and then people will realize they don't know what they're talking about. And quit listening to every word that they say and say it's true. Because they have no proof. What field of nursing did you work? I worked as an LPN. And I worked at a nursing home. And I worked I first started when I first worked was in the Alzheimer unit all the time, 3 to 11, all the time. But then I kind of got tired of doing that because I was the only one back there with 2 STNAs, and I feel like there should have been 2 nurses, even though it's like 25 patients. So then they brought me to the same floor, so I worked out there. I worked with vents on the 2nd floor. They were all vents. I worked there, and I worked on the 1st floor, which was people who were just there to get rehabilitated and go home.
And you were a supervisor.
Yeah, I was a supervisor. I always worked in a nursing home. I thought I would hate it, but loved it. Yeah, I loved a lot of the patients. I loved some of the Alzheimer's patients, And then there was this one lady, she had dementia, Alzheimer's. I had known her when she was at the senior center when I was like 15. And but when she was at the senior center when I was 15, she was able to walk with walker. And then when I was working with her, she couldn't walk. She was in a wheelchair. She couldn't walk, she couldn't talk, she couldn't do anything, but she could have talked and all that stuff when I worked with at the senior center. No, George, I'll ban you. Bye-bye. You don't sit there and talk to one of my mods like that. So you can go. I was the wound care nurse for a long time. I didn't enjoy it personally. Yeah, like there was a lot of people that had wound care at the nursing home, and at the nursing home, and I had to do because they came out with this new machine when I was first working. It was a wound vac. They had that in 2006-7. They just came out with it, the wound vac. Those things are so hard to put on. Like, they're not hard where to put it on. It's hard to make sure that it's sealed and made sure it was sealed all the way around. And because when you turn on the machine, then it had to like have the suction. And those, I always had difficulty with that because either the patient, they would have really big wounds like on their butt, like their, like where the coccyx is, and it's always damp or moist there, and it's hard to put the tape and stuff, make it stick. It's nursing I started to do. Over here in the UK, it takes 3 years to get a nursing degree, but every time I went back to do training, I got ill again. Children's cancer nurse is what I would be now. Oh, really, Beth?
Yeah, Rebecca was always interested in nursing since like 3 or 4. She was so engulfed in it, and she liked to watch brain surgery and everything nursing. Rebecca, you know, like the public broadcast channels, they would have specials on surgeries and
Really simply, yeah, they're hard, those wound vacs. Yeah, like since I was little, like 2, 3, I always wanted to be a nurse. I nurse with my baby dolls. I act like they were in the hospital, took care of them, gave them pretend medication. I would always watch ER. I loved ER. With Anthony, I forget his name, Anthony somebody. I forget his name, but the ER show. I'd watch Life in the ER, anything like trauma related. Like it wouldn't make me sick, but it would make my mom sick. She couldn't watch it. She couldn't watch it.
I used to could tolerate blood and stuff. Now, if emergency came and somebody was hurt, I could go right and do it, but just sitting there watching it, huh, Bud, you want to get under the cover?
Bud, you want to come on the covers? Come on.
He has to
He's
get
tired.
under the cover. Come on, Bud.
It's time for his daily nap.
Come on.
Nap number 1.
Come on.
Come on, Bud.
Here,
come on.
Here, come on. Come on, Bud. He needs to get under his cover. There, Bud.
It's for his nap 1.
It's his
he just woke up not too long ago, and now he wants to go back to sleep.
He likes to be under the cover, yeah, but he likes to be under the cover. He's a good boy. He was our calm boy. Sappy.
Yeah, it is, Katie. It is a huge responsibility, and it is very, very stressful, too. Super stressful. And it ticked me off because, not nursing, it was the people. They would always make me stay, and I worked from 3 to 11, and they would always make me stay over or come in early, and they wouldn't make these other people do it because they had kids or families, or and that's bullshit. If you're a nurse, you have to take responsibility of staying over or whatever. One time I worked from 3 p.m. to one day all the way up to 7 a.m. the next day. I was so tired, and then they made me come in the same day and work from 3 to 11. Now that's dangerous because I had worked 17 hours that day and made me come in and work at 3:11 again. I was so tired, I couldn't think, and that's dangerous. I don't know if I will ever go back to nursing, but I do miss it. I love every minute of it. Yeah, and see, when I was working, hey pretty, hey pretty.
Welcome, Tank Man Willis.
When I was working, I knew this lady was still on pain medication. I knew she was. I knew something was not right because she's like, because you had to sign out the the medications, and we would count them. And she's like, oh, I must have forgot to give this person this pain medicine because the count wasn't right, and like she acted like she forgot to give it to, so she would take the pill, go to the patient's room, which I knew some of these patients couldn't take their meds just like that. It took a while, or you would had to put them down a G-tube. She come back out and said, oh, okay, I gave it. And I just looked at her, and I didn't say nothing because every time I said something, I would get in trouble, and I would get, they would write me up for something stupid that I didn't do, and it was actually that person. It was actually the person, the same nurse on the day shift that should have took care of it, not me, and I ended up having to take care of it, and so, and like, when I had left to have my back surgery, they caught her. Somebody went down and reported her. And of course, they would listen to that person, but wouldn't listen to me when I knew what she was doing. She ended up, I think, going to jail for stealing narcotics. She lost her license, but then they gave it back to her. And now she can work as a nurse. First, they had a supervisor for like a year and go around when she does the meds and that stuff. But then they gave her nursing license back when she can do the same thing again. It's like, if it was anybody else, your license would have been taken away a long time ago, and you wouldn't have been able to get it back. But I knew she was doing it, and I wanted to go tell. But every time I tried to tell, they would say stupid stuff that I did and it wasn't true, and get me in trouble for it, and I didn't do it, and I just took the blame for it.
That's how the devil works, because he attacks good people, and
I just said, okay, whatever.
That's how the devil works.
I didn't want to back talk or anything like that.
Rebekah was a good nurse. She didn't over-medicate the patients. A lot of nurses would come in and...
Like, the one nurse that was working on the Alzheimer's unit when I was working, they would pre-medicate these patients so that they won't have to deal with their behaviors on the whole entire shift, because they'll be all passed out in La La Land. And they would give them Haredol shots, Ativan, they would give them whatever to make them quiet. And she didn't get in trouble for it. And like, when I worked, they're like, well, you need to medicate this person. I said, no. They don't need medicated unless they're doing something really bad, and just because you don't want to deal with their behaviors that they can't help. And yeah, I would medicate them when they got violent. When they got violent. and stuff like that. And and there was a couple families that liked me because I took really good care of their loved ones. Nursing takes special people with.
It does burn, and that's why I set it out for a while, and then
Yeah, I had to give her a shot last night.
Miss Bethany says she takes that for Crohn's disease.
Really? Did you know that lowers your immune system, Beth? It does, Mom, and I didn't know that, and it lowers your immune system because so then, like with Crohn's or RA, it doesn't attack your organs or immune. My mother was an army nurse in Europe after World War II. Really, Tyler? That's cool. Oh, and I went and checked my mailbox today. I didn't get anything.
And it could be because we had a holiday Monday, so
Isn't today Wednesday?
Mm-hmm. But we had a holiday Monday, no mail, and then Sunday, so things might be backed up.
I'm sure you were a fantastic nurse. Yeah, it's an immunosuppressant, so always keep away from people with colds. Yeah, and I didn't know that, and my mom got what I had, and she's been sick ever since.
And I got pneumonia, it went into
pneumonia. And now she's waiting for her test for her heart, because they did an echocardiogram on her heart. So, we're waiting for the results of that. So I went to Walmart and put some money on my card. Came home.
It did. Really hot.
Yeah, I was really sweaty. It was really hot out there, humid. It's supposed to rain. Looks like it's gonna rain. And I got a year subscription on FabFitFun, so I don't have to pay every 2 months, every 3 months. I just paid a year subscription on that, so I'll get.
Yeah, that's how my mom and dad was in their married picture. They're in their military suits.
Oh, do you have that picture?
Yeah, I think I do.
Is it in my room or is it in the living room?
Yeah, I know. I have it in there, I think. No, I had that upper respiratory infection, and then it went into pneumonia, and I just can't breathe, and all this stress and all this BS that they keep on plugging me isn't good. And if I die, everybody, you know who to blame.
Yep.
Give them hell.
I wish it was hot here. In Minnesota, it's like 10 degrees. See, I don't know why we're having these crazy weather. Yesterday was 79. Today's 71. Supposed to rain. And I think the next day, tomorrow, I think it's supposed to get cold. And that's how people get sick. And I've been coughing like for a month now.
Here's Mom and Dad and their...
Reverend Billy Graham passed away today. Yeah. He was 99. Oh, yeah. Really?
Yeah, I loved him. I watched him all
My mom loved him. There's my grandpa. There's my grandma. I don't know who those people are.
These are their best man and woman, and they are little people. That's their friends, too.
My aunt looks like my mom. My mom kind of looks like her mother, like right here in the mouth. That's my grandpa. He was a handsome guy. Yeah, he was a handsome dude. All the girls wanted him.
He had the prettiest blue eyes. I gotta get.
Yeah, my mom loved Billy Graham. She said she used to watch him all the time, and especially I think when she was pregnant with me, she used to watch him, and It's 8 degrees Celsius here, so not sure what that is in your terms, LO, but it's cold. Probably. It sounds like it's cold, maybe in the 30s. I don't know.
What?
8 degrees Celsius. What is that in Fahrenheit?
Where at?
Beth, where Beth lives, they go by Celsius.
Well, she live in
Ireland or England? UK.
Is it winter over there? You don't need that.
Yeah.
This needs to be. What's this? Oh, these are pretty. You need to keep. I gotta put this up. We'll keep.
46 degrees in Fahrenheit.
I know my brother lives in Alaska, North Pole, Alaska. It's cold.
Yeah. See, I have an uncle that lives in Alaska. I have a cousin who lives in Australia, but she's not Australian. She's an American. She used to live in Tennessee, but she moved over there because she had a boyfriend, a guy she married that lives in Australia.
No, she's not really married.
She's not married to him anymore?
But over there, after you live with them or whatever, you are common whatever married. They're married even though they're not married.
Yeah, even though they didn't get professionally married, I guess. Australia, it's different.
Well, if you live with them so long, you automatically are married to them. Common law marriage or something like that, I think that.
But yeah.
Oh, it's raining.
Is it raining now?
Yeah, it's starting to rain. Hey, bud, get under the
Hold on,
blanket.
guys, I'll be right back. Here, talk to Mom. I'll be right back. Oh, hold on.
I better get.
She has to fix stuff.
I better get myself together, or
I'll be right
I will
back.
be accused. Hi. Yeah. But Rebekah wanted for her people to watch, to show her, which I know her people knows Rebekah doesn't lie or just try to say things just to get attention. And Rebekah's never lied. There's no way. You know, now she might say something and she'll probably forget, but then she'll come back. Well, I know. I type on my computer. I type a lot, and I mean not a lot, quickly, and then it's for some reason it misspells or something. And yeah, I was just waking up, and Rebekah was going out the door. And she came back and she told me she went to the hospital to get some of her records, but she's got like 2 doctors in Columbus, and she's got another doctor somewhere else, and another doctor in there. That's 4 doctors, and she's got 5. She's got actually 6 doctors. I don't like cold anymore. Hurts my bones. I got arthritis and stuff. We're not perfect people, but we don't lie.
Oh yeah, if I didn't also have mental illness, why would I be on Seroquel and Prozac?
She's on Prozac and Seroquel too.
Why would I just want to take those meds
See,
for fun?
the thing of it is, before Rebekah got hurt, she just had asthma. And Rebekah doesn't like to take pills, neither does her mother. Here.
And I do have mental illness because, like, when I came home from the hospital in 2008, it took them about a year to diagnose me with PTSD because I was having flashbacks, hallucinations, I was hearing things that weren't there, and I had horrible, horrible visions of the doctor who did this to me coming at me with a knife, trying to kill me, and yeah. And I had to take a whole bunch of tests, like psych tests that they gave me.
Actually, you had more meds at first when you first came home.
Yeah.
They gave you a lot
I've been
of
on
meds.
a lot of
But,
different psych meds over
so,
the years.
and you don't take those, and now you're on meds, what you need, I
Thank you,
guess.
Jay Hunter. It's okay. But why would I want to take psych meds just for the fun of it?
And reason why Rebekah had to go to detox is because the medicine that she was on for her pain medicine stopped working, and they just couldn't switch to another med, so she had to go to detox to get weaned off of it, so they
Because
could put
I
her
was
on
it
another
for
med.
so long, so many years that I was.
It wasn't working.
It wasn't working, number one, and then I would have been going through horrible withdrawals because I've been on it for ever.
So that's why.
Hi, Jeff.
That's why she had to go to detox so she could get clean off that,
And
then
actually,
they could give her a new one.
Beth, that is true. I have come a long way, because if I would have done YouTube in 2008, you would guys think I was even cuckooer than I am now, because I was hearing things that weren't there. I was seeing things that weren't there. My brain, I wasn't there I wasn't there mentally, because I couldn't remember things, and I would got really, really frustrated because I wanted to get words out. I couldn't get words out that I wanted to get out.
Yeah,
I was a mess.
She had a lot of trouble. She had to really relearn a lot.
I
of
had
stuff.
to do occupational therapy, physical therapy. I was really weak on what side was I weak? I think I was really weak on my right side, because that's where everything happened. And I had a blood clot in my right leg, and that's why I have a lot of problems with my right leg. It's because of damage the doctor did, and I had a blood clot in that leg, and so my leg is all messed up.
So, but she had to relearn names, people, whatever, and numbers, but she knew her medical.
Yeah, I knew my medical. I knew that. I don't know why.
They couldn't understand that, but she didn't know anything else, but she has come a long way because she's. I don't
know why I knew my medical, but I didn't know people's numbers anymore, phone numbers. I couldn't remember who they were. Our mom would tell me to go do something, and 5 minutes later, I forget to do it. And I am still like that. But is something with my medical? I guess God wanted me to keep my medical. Do I play Xbox? No, Hunter.
Didn't you used to play that?
I used to play the Wii, but I don't have an Xbox. No.
And the medicine, she used to have perfect teeth, no cavities, and since she takes these medicines, it's rot her teeth. They're just horrible.
Our brains are funny things. Yeah, they are. It's I don't know. I hope I don't get Alzheimer's. I hope I don't get Alzheimer's when I get old.
What is this Church of the Cycle Midnight Cult? Hi, Becca, sending love from Spirit Finder.
Okay. Let's not mention her in there, please. Let's not mention her, please.
Rebekah is a miracle. And we believe in laying on hands. We believe in speaking in tongues. We believe in miracles. And we are born again. And Jesus loves everybody. And you must be born again to enter into the kingdom of God.
And I say, if there's no God, then why did I come back 4 times if I'm dying?
And since I'm a bad mama, why didn't I walk out, Rebekah?
He should have took me. Oh gosh, I just got. Anyhow, goosebumps.
Hey, Rebekah did goosebumps.
Stop. Elliot, ask Mama Bear what she would do when a in-law always starting drama and trying to compete with everything someone does.
What?
What she would do when a in-law. My mom never fought with
People.
her in-laws.
Yeah, what is, this is the only place I fight with people. I'm a very peaceful person. People love me.
Yeah.
People,
You guys don't know our family, especially my mom's side of family.
Yeah, I have 2 problems with the neighbors because they're jealous or whatever, and their tree is causing trouble with my house.
Yeah, I know, Nicole. The people that are hating are non-believers. They say they believe in God, but if they did believe in God, then they wouldn't be doing what they are doing.
Or judging. And even the doctors would say that, they really praised me for even staying with Rebekah. And even before Rebekah got hurt, her doctor still to this day knows I've been there and been an advocate for Rebekah.
Yeah, because the doctor I go to, I've been with him since I was 11, and plus I worked for him.
He was your boss.
He was my boss when I worked at the nursing home, because he was the main doctor at that nursing home, and I worked for him. I did his orders and all that stuff, and he loved me because he knew that I was very thorough and stuff like that.
Oh, she wasn't she didn't never work at the Mayo Clinic.
No, I never worked at Mayo Clinic. I never even been there.
But believe me, she did have the top doctors from Cleveland Clinic, the head doctor that was in that area. Plus, he ran Cleveland Clinic.
He was a very smart. What was he? A neurologist or a neuropsycho?
No, he was a
neurosurgeon,
and then he became the top. Then he was the president of Cleveland Clinic.
And he doesn't know how I survived either.
And then we had a top Dr. Omega.
Would you rather live without washing your hair or live without taking a shower? Really? What would you like to do? You don't have to wash your hair every day. Yes, I need to wash my hair, but you know what? It's not good to wash your hair every day.
No, you're not supposed to.
That's what damages your hair. And because the good oils that are in your hair...
My thing went off.
And I take a shower, so just because I don't wash my hair every day, don't mean I don't take a shower every other day.
Just remember, she wouldn't have no problem shaving her head because she had to shave her head a few times.
Oh yeah, the next thing they're going to say is I don't have a shunt. Well, you know what? I have it right here. My shunt is right here. It's like a little bump. And if I have to, I'll shave my hair off. Actually, I have a picture of that on my, I think, Facebook. My head all being shaved, and that was before I went into surgery. But my shunt is like right here.
Truthful, Corey.
It's like right here. Because if I didn't have this, I'd probably be blind by now because...
you would be dead because you can't water on your brain. It fills up. Yeah.
Well, I would have to have more and more spinal taps because, see, they put me on medicine to help with my pseudotumor, and it didn't work. So then they had to do a spinal tap. I had about 3 of them. They hurt so bad. I come off that table so fast it's not even funny.
Do you ever have to have anything done to your shunt? Yes.
I haven't in a few years because actually I've had this shunt since 2009. Now most people who have shunts, they have to get surgery to get them replaced. I haven't had to get mine replaced since I've had this. Now I've had
It's a newer type too.
yeah, it was a brand new one where it won't affect certain MRIs, but some MRIs it will affect it. But I've had one spinal tap to see what my fluid level is in my spine, which it was about 20, and it was okay. I have to go back up to see him because I haven't seen him maybe in 2 years.
Well, with yours, they could take something and move it automatically.
Yeah,
it
moves like the gauge, like, and then that determines how much fluid is like taking out of my brain all the way down and released into my stomach.
And see, the old ones you have to have surgery done to take out. This one is a new one, and
I was just wondering. I had a friend ask for advice. I thought it was Mama Bear going through that, but it was actually Trisha. Sorry. Okay.
But anyway, Rebecca's had to go up there and they've had adjusted a couple of times.
I think Sarah James is her friend and didn't mean any harm, but I'm not sure if it's the same friend, Sarah. I don't know what you're talking about, Tyler. Brown Bear. Hello, Rebecca. Tell Mama Bear.
Hello, Brown
I say
Bear.
hello. She says hello.
I want you to explain to him about your mother's role with your injury.
No.
Like, who would have been here for you? What I really had to do. Every day we had to go to doctors.
If it wasn't for my mom to be here when I went through the surgery, hi Monet, went through the surgery that I went through and got killed, no one would have been here. I would be in a nursing home probably, and they would have been taking care of me, or some kind of mental place or something. But if it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't have been able to go to my doctor. She had to take me to physical therapy and occupational therapy daily for about 3 months. She had to take me to doctors every month because I have heart problems, and I was seeing a heart doctor at the time, which I'm not seeing a heart doctor now because it's more manageable. And when my heart did its thing, like when I died, my heart was only working at maybe a 20%, and when I got out of the hospital, it was only maybe working at a 30%, and it was enlarged, and I was so tired and couldn't do anything. So if my mom wasn't there, she probably would had moved. How dare anyone try to attack Rebecca? She is a beautiful and lovely soul with a mother who loves her. I know, Nicole. You have been doing this for an hour, and I think you need to know how to spell pretty. Oh no, I froze.
I froze a while ago.
Ooh, no.
Okay. Tell them that they cut your iliac artery and your main artery.
Well, if I can get back on.